All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video I have an update for you because I have some new details from behind the scenes about a federal investigation that had been rumored on Terence Crawford's team, and specifically involving Victor Conti. So little birdie gave me some more details, so let me share them with you in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be talking about corruption in boxing and a investigation, a rumored federal investigation into boxing and into several major players in the sport of boxing. The major player that we're talking about is somebody that is on Terence Crawford's team, and that is Victor Conti, who owns Snack and works with VADA and purports to be an expert and an advocate for keeping the sport of boxing clean of performance-enhancing drugs. Well, it seems as if, at least people are believing, that there are some issues going on with Victor Conti and VADA and Snack around drug testing. I have been informed, though, that there are more issues that are being looked at in this investigation because there have been significant amounts of complaints about certain things in the sport of boxing. One is fixing drug tests. There is a wide-held belief that people are popping dirty on performance-enhancing drug tests for substances they had no idea had entered into their body. And when they say they have no idea, they have no idea. They can't find the source material. They can't do any of it. They don't know how in the world this could possibly happen. But yet, their drug test popped. So there are people that are saying, no, I didn't do this. And if you've not noticed, there's been several drug tests that have been overturned. One had been with Alyssa Baumgardner, and the other one, they were going to make the argument for Ryan Garcia and going through the whole contamination issue there. People are saying that this contamination is taking place because other people are contaminating fighters. If you look back to what happened with Deontay Wilder, where Deontay Wilder was adamant that somebody gave him something in some water. You also have Tyson Fury, who said that he refuses to take any water other than the water that is given to them by his people because he is very concerned about popping dirty for performance-enhancing drugs after the fight, because one of the ways that people will cheat out of these bets is to get the guy that was in the fight to pop dirty after the fight. And that there's all kind of stuff going on around that testing protocol that would the press testing protocols for Snack and VADA, and the testing and the agencies and the relationships that people have with the actual people that are collecting the samples themselves. There's rumors that people that are high up in VADA actually have phone records of conversations between them and the agent that was collecting the material. Under some type of fake way, they tried to have the conversation, but didn't realize that people know how to backtrack through those ghost smoke phones or whatever you want to call them. So they believe that, or investigating, that some of these positive drug tests are absolutely positively being tainted by the collector themselves. Let me repeat, that they're being tainted by the collector themselves. There's rumors that they can taint it with substances inside the vial before you pee on the vial and close the vial. So your substance is actually in the vial itself that you're urinating into. So you have to open it, right? You have to open it and you have to pee. They give you an open vial, right? The vial themselves, they can get that in there. Don't know how they do it, but that's what they're looking at. And that's what people are claiming that they're doing. Another thing, and I've talked about this before, is people are really tripping on and complaining about the timing of the scheduling of tests and how certain fighters associated with some people rarely get tested, or they get tested on a very predictable schedule. But people in other camps opposite of them are getting tests like every 5 minutes. Like they're just coming knocking at their door, test. Where one guy is taking significantly more tests than the other guy's taking. And the other guy's testing is scheduled in a way that would easily allow them to manipulate the system. So there's real deep looks into the system around VADA, around the system. But there's also another issue that they're looking at, which is equipment tampering. Equipment tampering. The tampering with gloves before fights take place, where somebody goes to say they go to Japan and they have some gloves and their gloves magically disappear. Their gloves magically wind up ripped. Their gloves magically blow up in the middle of boxing matches. They get their gloves and all of a sudden they're putting their hands in their gloves and their gloves don't fit anymore. Even though they were the same gloves and they fit yesterday, like somebody stuck them in a dryer or something and shrunk them. So now they don't fit properly on your hands. All kind of different things these people are coming out and telling investigators about what's going on in boxing behind the scenes. So to me, it's just disgusting. And if you take that on top of the news scandal that took place with Turki al-Sheikh in Saudi Arabia, when he gave the score of the judge that was going to decide the outcome, 2-1 fighter, and told his trainer, tell him he's two down. Like, Turki, don't you know that that's fixing a fight? So you got obvious fight fixing in Saudi Arabia. And by the way, people that are partnering with that person that fixed that fight in Saudi Arabia are involved with the accusations of things going on in Great Britain and going on in the United States. They're looking at what individuals from the United States or from Great Britain are doing in the United States and who they're working with inside the United States. I'm telling you, it's just an absolutely ugly situation going on behind the scenes. And this behind the scenes may take 2 years to pan out. They take time with this stuff. So I'm telling you, man, we all have a lot of fun spreading, talking boxing. And we like to talk about what's going on in the sport of boxing, like behind the scenes, all the contracts and all that stuff. But if you're out there manipulating the outcomes of fights, if you're out there blocking fights from taking place, right? And blocking fights by taking place by just PR attacks on people, it's all looking like it. Seriously, it looks like a racket. It looks like a racket. And if it looks like a racket, it's racketeering. If it's racketeering, you're falling underneath a RICO investigation or a RICO charge. RICO charge for a sport that is notoriously connected with organized crime should not be surprising to a soul. But you know how it goes. Everybody thinks, that there's something new under the sun, right? That this is a new scheme that people are going to do to get over and get the edge. And, they say, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. All kind of sayings like that. Well, guess what? You're trying all right. Now the people that see you trying are going to put you in jail for trying to cheat. But again, it's because of the gambling money associated with it. It's about the very bad optics. And that's also about the physical injuries that you can cause human beings when you do things like pour water in gloves. Right? Little tricks like pouring water in a glove. It's going to soak the inside of the glove and eventually it's going to make it heavier because it's weighted down with water. You know what I mean? Like the little tricks and things that people do in the corners of fights that they don't think people see and people don't talk about. Again, all of those little things affect the gambling of people and high rollers that are investing or betting 10, 15, 20 million dollars on this fight. And they find out that you're pouring water or different solutions in your gloves to harden them during the fight themselves, which can't be checked by the commission. Hey, man, good luck. I would suggest you guys slow down on all of that. But anyway, just wanted to give you the more details. I'll let you know as the little birdie's telling me what's going on. But again, stay safe out there and stop cheating. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.